And we are live. What is going on, everyone? It's your boy Johnny Dunn, and we are back with another one. Today, epic VeVe live stream. We actually have two drops today. The first one dropping at 11 a.m. Eastern time today. That's the one I'll be going over right now. We'll be diving into the details. Shout out to the chat and everybody joining today. We have Marvel Digital Comics, Fantastic Four, Annual Issue number 3. So let's dive into the details right here. We have 30,000 total editions for this one, 21,000 total editions for the common, 5,000 editions for the uncommon, 2,350 for the rare, 1,050 for the ultra rare, and 600 for the secret rare. So again, pretty much your typical run for comics. I will dive into right now what these comics look like, each cover. Now, for me personally, I'm going to use this drop basically as a little practice session for the big drop later today. We do have the Golden Moments dropping once again, so I think that will be the big drop of the day. And I'm going to show you guys what these covers look like right now. You know, not the biggest fan of these covers for the first time. We have the common. I do like the common. Has all these different characters on there. We have the uncommon. We have the rare. We got the ultra rare. And we have the secret rare. Again, guys, I don't think this is going to be the biggest comic book to drop. Comics and Crypto actually gave it a sell. Shout out to Comics and Crypto. Their hodl or sell video. Now, I do think this one could be, you know, decent long term. If you get a secret rare, you know, you want to have it for the showroom. It's your first secret rare. I can understand that. But for me personally, I'm just going to try to use this to flip, you know, get some more gems for the golden moments. So that's my game plan for these. If you guys want to hodl it, there's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely not at all. And again, guys, shout out to Itzwondefull. He just dropped his album. I do have the link in the details of this the description of this video. So if you guys want to go check it out, you actually have a chance to own these songs as NFTs. And the good thing about that is, too, if you guys like some of these songs, you can actually own a % of the royalty. So that's always a good little utility factor in there, too. Shout out to Itzwondefull, Pineapple Gang. Killed the whole album. Your boy might have a feature or two on the album, so definitely go give that a check. Got Dan Schauble in the building. How we doing, fam? Prediction. Johnny gets the drop. I'm hoping, my man. I'm hoping. I'm trying to use this as just a little practice session for the big drop later today. I think my drop last time, the other day, a couple days ago, I think my drop was just a tad hair late. So this time, I may be a little bit early, but I'm going to try to go, you know, right on point. Try to get my muscle memory all ready to go for the golden moments. How we doing, Larry? What's up, Johnny Dunn? Willow Kid in the building. Thomas Conger. How we doing, fam? How we doing? I will be going over the marketplace prices right now. I'm going to give a little snippet. I don't want to give too much away of Itzwondefull's album right now because I want you guys to really hear it, really listen to it. You know, go take a drive around, listen to it in the car from top to finish. The intro is unbelievable. You know, I'm really excited about it. I keep listening to it. I've been listening to it for months now. You know, shout out to everybody else who was on the album there. All the features, you know, unbelievable. Emoji, you know, Gamaverse was on there. Shout out to everybody else who made a feature. You got Randy, the intro to Omi Millionaire. That was amazing. You know, glad to see that. We got Vault actually in the intro too for VeVe Vault. You know, that's a great song right there. That's the feature that I'm on. And one of my favorites is Gary V. Gotta love that song. Gotta love that song. So let me dive into some of these market prices right now. A couple of the drops that we just had, I will go over these, see how they're holding up. I think anything that's dropped lately is probably going to take a hit just because everybody is gearing up for these golden moments. You know, the first time we saw these golden moments drop, it was November, I believe. And a lot of these prices came out in the marketplace, the secondary marketplace, for about $70, $80. Some of them even cheaper. I think Bart came out maybe $65 right away. And I think people are going to learn from that lesson. I don't think that these golden moments later today are going to be that cheap right away. And if they are, I have a feeling everybody's just going to be scooping them up. It's going to be one of those times in the market where you try to buy and you can't buy. So for me, I don't mind scrolling down, maybe paying a little bit more than what the floor is going for, just to try to lock in one of these, you know, golden moments that drop later today. Let's take a look to see how, first and foremost, got to check out Old Reliable. That's the thing that I'm probably going to be doing first, is no matter what drops recently, I'm just going to always check out what the first NFT on VeVe is doing. We got the Todd McFarlane Batman. It is dipped down a little bit below 10K. The floor is 9.7 right now. We only got 2 below 10K, and then it goes up pretty quickly. We have a couple 1,000 mints around 11.3. We actually have a sub 1,000 mint at 11.4K. So if anyone's looking to get a sub 1K Todd Batman, now might be your chance. Not financial advice. We got the Rizzo, 69 left in the marketplace. Dipped a little bit from 20K. It's now at 14.9K. There's only one below that 15K mark. FA Joker's back up to 1K. We saw that dip down just below 1K a little bit, but back up to 1K. Glad to see that finally. I think FA Joker from season 1, it's going to be a legendary collectible for sure. I always talk about that one. Harley Quinn FA, still at around that 700, 750 range. It's at 728 right now is the floor price. It makes a little bit more sense. It's only a few $100s now below FA Joker. When FA Joker is at like 1.6K, I was really confused why the FA Harley Quinn was half the price of FA Joker. I thought FA Harley Quinn could definitely, I don't think it's going to pass FA Joker, but I think it's going to be just slightly below that always. Nightwing 2.1K. That's my baby right there. Shout out to Dan Shawble. He loves Nightwing as well. Got to hollow my 3. There's been so many times where I needed those gems. Even probably right now, it'd be great for me to liquidate one of those collectibles, but I just can't do it. Just can't do it yet. Becky Batman 1.9K and Joe M Batman 1.2K. Salute Johnny J East Music. How we doing, fam? Marty McFly, my man. How we doing, brother? Happy Valentine's Day to the main man. Appreciate that big time. Big Koala, Big Boy Koala, Amazing Spider-Man 252, down a lot. Chance to buy now or wait longer? I'll definitely check that one out right now. Let's go. Doctor Strange in the building. Let's get it. New channel, first vid is up. He just posted his first video. He wanted to give like his inside story about what's going on with him. I think it was a little bit, a scary title. A lot of people may have checked that video out right away, saw the title, maybe freaked out a little bit. But I think once you understand the whole video, once you watch the whole video, I think you'll hear his point of view. He's just struggling on the drops lately, and he's trying to do everything he possibly can to increase his chances. So I think, anything you can do to increase your chances, got to go for it. Got to go for it, especially with a Golden Moments drop coming up. I can understand that. Tony, good morning, JD. One thing I want to say, Dr. Strange, is I noticed in your video you said when you went to go update your app, you went to your app store and it said it was already updated, so you didn't do anything. Now, what I noticed for me, my man, this is going to sound crazy. You may think that, it didn't happen to you, but for me, it's happened multiple times. When I had to update my app, I went in my app store and it said, I saw VeVe and it said updated, like it was already updated. I was like, what? People are saying you need to update the app, but it said it's already updated. So then I clicked it. And then once I clicked it, then it came up saying like update now. So I'm wondering, my man, when I watched your video, I was wondering, I was like, you know what? Could that happen to him to where it said it was updated? He just left it alone and never really updated it. I don't know. I was watching your video, my man. I was like, could that have happened to him? He says he has his updates automatically on, and I thought I did too. But you have to like manually click it, and then once you click it, it's the only VeVe app up there, and then it'll say update now. So I'm wondering if that could be the reason why. That would be insane if that was a reason, but hopefully, you exited out, you deleted the app, came back on, and hopefully it works now today. We know that struggle. Absolutely, Willow. I think, Willow, you've been there, my man. I think you probably thought about deleting the app, coming back on. Invisible Friends, Twitter 400K is back. I will finish if I get today's Disney drop. What do you mean if you finish? If you finish the set, you mean? Also, happy Valentine's Day, Marty McFly. I'm not sure if I got to say that to you. Let's check out Amazing 51 or Amazing Spider-Man Amazing 252. Let's check this one out. This is the super limited comic book, I believe, right? Let's take a look. I like all these covers a lot. I think aesthetically they look amazing. So I wish they didn't have it extremely limited because I did want to grab this one. Amazing Spider-Man 252. We have 53 left for the common. It's 3.7K. Looks like he gets to 5K pretty quick. The uncommon's at 4.1K. The rare's at 5.7. The ultra rare is up to 19K. That one's probably out of reach. I feel like the rare is a pretty good deal right now compared to the prices of all the other ones. And then, of course, the secret rare is at 290K. That one's out of reach. Let's see. 3.7K for the common. 5.7K for the rare. That one's still pretty expensive. I think for anyone who's looking to grab that one, I think you gotta make sure that you have a lot of gems on deck. Just because for me personally, I would hate to waste that, or not waste, but I would hate to spend that many gems and then not have enough gems for all the other drops that are still to come. So if you do have enough gems, I think it is a good opportunity. But for me personally, I think there's other ones that you could possibly target that could do better long term. But I mean, it's a super limited comic. I still think it'll do really well just because everybody's going to want to try to get the people that are collecting comics. Those people are going to try to collect every single comic. So I do think they will try to get that. Doctor Strange says that's why with each update, I checked for it. It was for a new app feature. When I went in the app, it was updated with the new feature. Oh, okay. So if maybe it was updated then, because if everything was updated in the app, then it should be fine. So maybe that's not the case. I was gonna say like if you couldn't maybe access the new features or something like that on the app, then I would say maybe that is the case. But if you could do all the other features, then maybe that is fine. Then maybe you're gonna have better luck since you deleted the app then. So I mean, I'm glad you told me that though, because at least it gives me some clarification that that's not a possibility that could have happened. I think things will fly right after the drop. Lots of people have lots of gems, and when these are out of reach, people will spend. That's a fact right there. That's the way I see it. That's why I've been really stacking up as many as I can, these Disney lenticular cards, just because I didn't have the set yet. It's the first edition Disney. I do think that we're going to see, I've been saying it for this whole time, that I think we're going to see the first appearance of those characters on those cards in 3D collectible form, like we're seeing with Donald Duck right now, Daisy. And so when that happens, people who collect those golden moments, they're going to want the FE of those characters right next to those golden moments. So I do think those Disney lenticular cards and the whole entire market will shoot up right after the golden moments drop later today. Maybe after tonight, I think the next few days, depending on what's released, because if they release another huge drop, then, you know, maybe put a little pause on the market again for a little bit longer for temporary time. But if there's not a huge drop, then absolutely, I definitely see the whole market booming for sure. Been manifesting this gold. I'm not even wasting my luck on this comic. I'm just here for the vibes. Let's go, Willow. Appreciate that big time. I probably shouldn't even really go for the drop. Just save every dollar I possibly can right now, because I am going to have to add some more money in for tonight's drop. And that's probably going to absolutely tap me out completely. So, I mean, it's just one of those things where I really do want the Donald Duck FA. I think a lot of people do. So I think it's going to be expensive really quick. I'm missing the drop today because I have to go pick up my parents' friends' kids. Simeon MJ. Simeon MJ. Well, you know what? Family comes first. There's going to be plenty of opportunities more on VeVe. So don't feel like this is the once and only last time you can possibly get something expensive or something that's valuable or something that's gold or even a Disney moment. I'm sure there's going to be more Disney moments in the future. I know originally they said there wasn't going to be any more Disney golden moments. And I was under that impression too once they said that. But I think Disney kind of just wanted to see last minute, you know, could VeVe do something for Valentine's Day? And I think they threw it together kind of last minute. So the fact that they did that shows me that Valentine's Day is probably not going to be the last Disney golden moment. I could see one day, maybe in the future, they have ESPN Plus since Disney owns that. One day I could see them doing, you know, sports Disney golden moments, and that would be iconic. But I think they would probably save that till maybe like end of the summer, fall type thing, maybe even next year. Maybe the anniversary of the first Disney golden moments. That would be amazing. Maybe those holders could get a little utility, maybe something from those moments. Hopefully, I'm hoping, crossing the fingers for that one, but nothing guaranteed, obviously. Just some kind of speculation there. But again, Simeon, you know, family comes first. There's going to be plenty of drops. Don't be VeVe and driving. VeVe and driving is terrible. Trust me. You know, if you're ever on the road driving, you want to do a drop, pull over. It's not worth trying to drive. It's definitely risky, definitely dangerous. Why the Steamboat tanking? Yikes. Let me go check this one out. Let's check out Superman real quick. Superman's I wanted to go over 5K. Then it goes to 5.2. Superman, I think, is going to get to 10K a lot quicker than people think. I remember when it was just less than $100 not too long ago. Superman's iconic. I mean, if you guys ask someone walking down the street right now, do you know Superman? They would probably look at you crazy. Like, of course I know Superman. Grandparents know Superman. Everybody knows Superman. And the fact that this is the only one on the app right now, possibly in the future, we don't know. but the first appearance of Superman, I think, will be iconic. Steamboat Mickey. Let's start with the uncommon. 489 left, 798. I think it was even lower than that at one point. It's kind of working its way back up there. Good to see that. Jaunty Jig, the common, 618 remaining, 656. I think that's a pretty low price, 656. Then we got the ultra rare, 293 left in the market, 5.6K. Yeah, I think it's dipped just because there's a lot of these. Not a lot, but compared to some other, limited editions where there's maybe only 1,000 of them, or maybe 3,000. There's 6,928 of these. So because of that, I mean, I think this is just an opportunity right now. This is a buying opportunity, not financial advice, but for anyone looking to get in at this ultra rare. Because the way I see it, this is Mickey Mouse NFT collection series 1, meaning there's going to be series 2, whether that's a colored Mickey Mouse, right? Mickey Mouse in color, maybe. There's going to be a series 3. Maybe that's Mickey Mouse with the Fantasia hat. Who knows? But long term, I think series 1 is going to be iconic. It's probably why they did it the black and white version here, just like they did with the series, the black and white Batman. Even though that's a whole series of black and white, I think just for that nostalgia feeling, looking back at series 1, it's the black and white Steamboat Willie. It's going to be like part of history. So I think series 1, even with that, without that FIFA tag, it's going to be iconic. It's the first appearance of Mickey Mouse in real life. And like I said, right now, people just need gems for this Golden Moments drop. If they don't get that, gets out of reach, people are going to go right back to whatever they sold. And I see this one definitely running up. The thing with having like 6,000 editions for a collectible is there's just a lot more people who have that collectible willing to take profits a lot sooner than a lot of others. When you have only 1,000 editions of a collectible secret rare like the Spider-Man, you only have, less than 1,000 people, probably less than 900 people who have that collectible. So a lot fewer people are willing to take profits a lot sooner. That's why we see the floor price so high, especially with the historic piece of being the first ever Marvel NFT, etc. But just typically, when you do have a collectible that has a lot of editions, if it's really, really valuable, there's still chances it could dip just because there's that many more people who are willing to take profits sooner. But that's just the ebb and flow of the market. Usually when things dip like that, not so much the day traders, but the people willing to take profits a lot sooner, they're going to sell those collectibles into someone who has those diamond hands, who's an actual collector, who's willing to, because you got to think, if someone's buying something at 6K, they're not going to sell it at 6.5, 7K. They're going to wait a lot longer to sell that. So I think once a lot of these collectibles that have a little bit more editions that are still really valuable, once they get into collectors' hands, that's when we see the floor price really skyrocket. Got the Pilli Fantasy. Let's go over this. This just dropped recently. We have the ultra rare dip just below 400. There's 2 left just below 400, 398. This is one of those where I got on the drop. Let's go. I was so happy to get this one on the drop. The rare, $95 is the floor price for the rare. The uncommon, going for $50.99. A little bit of a dip. And a common dipped as well, $53.55 is the floor price. Now, again, I think this is a great collection for, I think this is really, really popular, I should say, popular collection in a lot of communities that can't even read the VeVe app yet in their language. So I think once a lot of different cultures come onto the VeVe app, can start reading the VeVe app in their language, that's when I see these really taking off big time. Kind of like that Ultraman effect. I think those Dragon Girls from season 1 will definitely go off big time once different cultures and countries and communities can read the VeVe app in their language. Let's go over lenticular cards. I think they're starting to rise up just a little bit right now. Let's go over Goofy, secret rare, 2.7K. I think that's a good entry price for anyone looking to get the first ever Disney secret rare. Then we got Pluto. Is this over 1K? So it's dipped back down below 1K. I'm surprised to see it in the 800 range. There's only a handful left in the 800 range before it gets back up to 900. 884 is the floor price right now. Then we have Daisy Duck, the rare, 480. So funny about this collectible. As soon as it got announced that the FA Golden Moments of Donald and Daisy were coming out, I thought the whole market was going to tank except for Donald Duck and Daisy. So I went and grabbed another Daisy, and then boom, everything just fell. I was like, wow, even Daisy and Donald? I really thought people were going to go after the first edition of Daisy and Donald. I think that will happen, but after the drop. So I was wrong with my timing on that one. I should have waited on getting a Daisy until after. I should have realized that no matter what, even if Daisy and Donald are coming out in FA, people may sell the FE just for the Golden Moments FA to come back to get the FE. I should have thought about that one, but didn't work in that case. Donald Duck back up to 800. We saw Donald hit like 900, maybe even 1K. Dipped all the way back down to 700. I was trying to really buy one right there, but I couldn't afford it still. I'm in such a tough position right now. Not tough. It's actually a great position to be in. I'm actually really blessed and fortunate, but it's like a good problem to have. It's like I have so many great duplicates to where I'm too attached to them. I can't let them go just yet. So I'm still trying to make some moves without selling too many just yet. We have Minnie Mouse. I think Minnie Mouse is a great collectible. It's cheap. It's a common. And again, I think these two common lenticular cards are going to go crazy. Minnie Mouse and Mickey Mouse, some of the two most popular characters. I know Donald Duck is really popular too, but I think there's a reason why they made Minnie and Mickey commons. I got both of them. Actually, I have two Minis right now. Then we have the Mickey Mouse going for $580. Did I say Minnie Mouse's floor price? $439. Yep. And Donald Duck is $800. Yeah, Donald Duck is definitely one I still want to get. Time is running out. My game plan is I may end up selling a couple of my duplicate lenticular cards to end up grabbing that Donald Duck FE card. But I want to try to definitely get that Golden Moments because I do want to try to get all the Disney Golden Moments that do drop. New app. Let's go. Let's go, Doctor Strange. Hopefully that works today, my man. If that does work and you get it today, I'm going to laugh. That's going to be hilarious. So hopefully that answered your question, Invisible Friends. Twitter 400K. Asked about why Steamboat Willie's tank. And I think, like I said, when you have a valuable collectible like that and you just have a decent amount of editions, kind of a high run compared to some others, I think you just have a lot more people willing to take profits a little bit sooner than others. Bro, should I sell my Ultra Harley Quinn, the recent one, to go for Golden Moments today as I don't have gems? Is that the ultra rare Harley Quinn, the red and black suit, right? With the Wonder Woman drop, I believe. Let me just try to bring it up real quick. I would do that. That's one that I probably would do. I'm not telling you to do that, but I think for me, if I was in your position, I wouldn't have a problem doing that at all. Let me try to bring it up. Let me bring it up. The Cover Girls series, I believe. Yep, Harley Quinn, ultra rare, $275. The only problem with that is it's only $275 right now. So you still may not be able to afford the Golden Moments when it drops. You'll be able to afford the drop price, retail price, but once it gets in the market, then you may not be able to afford it. So what may happen is you sell the Harley Quinn now, you know, $275, $265, and then all of a sudden you still don't get the Golden Moments drop on the drop. You can't afford it in the marketplace. You go back to buy the Harley Quinn, and now it may be doubled. You know, that's the unfortunate part about selling right before a drop, because that tends to happen a lot. It's like the history repeating itself. But again, if you absolutely need to go for this Golden Moments drop and you don't have any other way to get the gems, that's a collectible for me that I wouldn't mind letting go, just because there's already a ton of Harley Quinn on the app. It's not a first appearance. So for me, that would be my bet. Hey, appreciate that. Big time. Beer's looking sharp, my guy. Just wondering if you think there'll be a final gem squeeze before the major Golden Moments drop, or are we done with the squeeze for now? Great question. Great question. Now, I think for me, I think the gem squeeze will kind of be over once the Golden Moments drop happens. Now, it all depends. If they release this Golden Moments drop, you know, the drop happens, we wait a few hours, secondary market, you know, people pick it up, and then later tonight they drop, you know, an announcement saying, what's today's date? Or today's Monday. If they say something like, you know, Thursday or next weekend, another huge drop, then I think the market will kind of temporarily kind of pause its pump. But I do expect, and I don't really expect them to announce something for the next weekend until midweek maybe. So regardless, I think after this Golden Moments drop, things will kind of pump in the market. At least the Golden Moments will pump. probably these lenticular cards will pump. A lot of valuable collectibles that are kind of just sitting still right now will probably pump, I'm expecting. And it could probably pump in for next couple days, next few days. And if they don't announce something big midweek, then I expect the pump to keep going. But like I said, if they do announce something that's kind of big, something crazy, then maybe the gem squeeze kind of comes back a little bit. Billy the Kid, happy V-Day, happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Are you happy with the new Disney moments, or you think they should have just stuck with the originals? I kind of wish for our sake, you know, everybody who does have those collectibles, they did just stop and they never made another Golden Moment series. But again, I think them making more, yes, it could kind of dilute it, etc., but it could make the first ones even more valuable. Now, Disney, they're a $300 billion corporation. I think they saw how much money they made with the first ones. And Valentine's Day is coming up. They had some collectibles probably sitting there perfect for it. They said, hey, you know, I'm not saying they said this. I'm just guessing they said this. Said, hey, why don't we try to do something for Valentine's Day? Let's make it happen. And they probably went on board with it and tried it out. So I think because also Disney sees that happening, it probably entices them to make that happen a little bit more. So I think Disney Golden Moments, there's going to be a whole bunch of collections, right? The first one was for Disney Plus, that anniversary, 50th anniversary. This one's for Valentine's Day. Who knows what the next one's going to be for? You know, it could be for the next holiday. It could be, like I'm saying, for ESPN Plus, those sports Disney Golden Moments. I would go crazy for that. I would lose my mind. So who knows? You know, maybe they have music Golden Moments and they have soundtracks of your favorite, you know, iconic Disney song soundtracks. That would be insane. So I think Disney Golden Moments are probably going to be one of the most expensive collections. But because I do have the full set of the first ones, it entices me to kind of try to go after all of them if I can. So I'm going to try. If I can get a secret rare, ultra rare of this comic that's dropping today, this morning, I'm definitely going to flip that. You know, sorry for anyone out there for trying to hold these, but just telling you my game plan. I will try to flip an ultra rare, secret rare if I do land it. Now, if I get a 3-digit common, I don't think it'll sell for too much. It would probably sell for like maybe $70, $80, and something like that. I'd probably just pocket. You know, I'd probably just keep in the collection. But hoping to get ultra rare, secret rare, I would flip that right away, you know, for a high price in the market as soon as it opens. Wouldn't even think about it. Let's go. MSC Squad. What's good, fam? You got them lightning fingers ready? I do. Like I said before, anyone just tuning in today, I'm going to use this first drop, this comic book drop today, Anuual number 3. I'm going to use this basically as a little practice run, a little test run. Anybody who saw my drop the other day, not yesterday, but the day before when we had the other comic book drop, I just missed it. I felt like my timing was pretty decent, but I felt like I was, if I had to guess, probably like a millisecond too slow, like just a hair too slow. So for this time, I may be a little bit too early, but I'm going to be okay with that. Like I said, I'm going to use this as a practice run. So I'm going to try to be absolutely as quick as I possibly can. Does it focus up for me? If it does, I'll give you a little rundown. All right, it's not really focusing up. Next time, next try. But I will go over again how I kind of do my drops for anyone just tuning in for the first time. How much you think DD will be? Donald Duck, I'm guessing you mean. I think Donald Duck's going to be the more expensive one. If it doesn't come out right away, the more expensive one, I'm under the impression that Donald Duck, even though it's a common, will probably flip Lady and the Tramp. And again, I made a whole showroom on just commons. I haven't posted on YouTube just yet. I've still been kind of working on it. A lot of people on the VeVe app have probably seen it. It's labeled commons. And I did that because I know there's a lot of negativity on commons. A lot of people see the rarity and they say, oh, it's a common. You know, why do I want that? And that's the wrong mindset to have, especially with VeVe. So I really wanted to just kind of steer people who may be new, who hear that kind of negativity about commons, and really introduce them to the reasons why they do make commons the most popular character. Is anyone tuning in? This is kind of my theory. This is also what they've said too before. So it's not really just my opinion. It's kind of facts. It's what the VeVe team, the Comey team has talked about. A lot of times they make the most popular character the common. And I felt like that was a genius move. A lot of people are wondering why, but here's the reason. If they make the most unpopular character the common, that makes the common really not that valuable. If you look at some of these sets, I mean, if you look at the Wonder Woman set, that's an FA, and then you have Hawkgirl, who's the ultra rare. That's also an FA. Hawkgirl's the ultra rare, and Wonder Woman's the common. And if they made Hawkgirl the common and Wonder Woman the ultra rare, it would make Hawkgirl the common be almost worthless. It's a very unpopular character, even though it's an FA. The common Wonder Woman is almost at $1,000. I think it's dipped below now. It's like maybe 800, but that's because of how popular Wonder Woman is as a superhero, one of the top superheroes in the world. So if they made that the ultra rare, that would be over $5,000 most likely, because it's a common. And it's already at 8,000, or I mean 800, not 8,000. So it's a way for them to really put a value on the common rarity. And then also a value on that ultra rare, because even though Hawkgirl is not the most popular, it's the ultra rare, has less editions. So automatically, inherently, it's going to have some value because it does have less editions. It is the ultra rare. People are going to want the full set. So it's a way for them to kind of put value on every single rarity instead of just making, the most popular, the ultra rare, secret rare, and then the least popular, the common. Because that gap would be a huge gap. The common Hawkgirl may only be $80, $60. And then that ultra rare Wonder Woman FA may be $5,000. So it's a way to kind of make it a little bit more even, put value on every single rarity. If you look back in the past to see what has been commons, we see the Todd McFarlane Batman first VeVe NFT is a common. That kind of set the tone right away. They didn't make the first NFT on VeVe the ultra rare. They made it the common, so everybody can try to have a piece of history. And that's also why I'm a big believer in the low mint commons, just because if the common is the most popular character and it has the most editions, how can you separate yourself in that? By getting the lowest mint number or special mint numbers. So that's why I'm big on special mints and low mints on those commons. I could see that Donald hitting R2 levels fairly quick, considering it's Donald and Daisy and the historical significance behind those two characters. Absolutely, Willow. Absolutely. Miss Rose in the building. Let's go. She says, yo, fam, ready for these drops? Let's go. She knows the vibe. Let's go. Who is Superman again? I think everybody knows Superman. And Willow, you're 100% right, my man. I mean, we have Donald Duck, who's an extremely important FA character. And then we have Daisy in the same collectible. So I definitely see it being pretty valuable. Carlos Castro is saying Steamboat Willie was artificially pumped. I mean, if it was, then, I didn't know about that. But I only have one of them. So shout out to all the holders out there. What makes you think it was artificially pumped, Carlos? Because I don't really remember anybody pumping it, especially because it doesn't have the FEFA. I feel like if it did have the FEFA, it would be even more valuable, more expensive. But bro, anyone, I can transfer gems to another account. I show sneakers. So, I mean, I think it all depends. I'm pretty sure you can transfer gems to another account. There's nothing wrong with that, I don't think. What's the spicy drop at the end of the month, Kirby? So Wooloo 707. I think that's why I'm kind of torn right now. A lot of people are saying, is the gem squeeze going to keep on happening, or is everything going to pump? And it all depends on what gets dropped later in this month. Now, I think it's because of Alex, trolling on Twitter. Shout out to Alex. But he's been leaving Red Hot Chili Peppers all over the place, saying like this is 2 out of 3 or this is 2 out of 4, 2 out of 5 spiciness. And I started thinking, like, are we going to get Red Hot Chili Peppers as a soundtrack or something? But who knows? Who knows? Season 1 Dragon Ball. It would be insane if we got something like that this soon. Who knows? Maybe we do have a big drop. It's so hard with VeVe just because you never know. I mean, we all by now think that they have every single license in the bag probably. It's just a matter of time before, they release this one or that one or this one. So I think it's so hard to kind of judge, engage, and time. Like people always say, you should never really try to time the market. And I agree with that. It's always best to just hold. Not financial advice. But again, timing the market with VeVe is a little bit different just because, if you time it wrong and you're buying a lot of collectibles and then they drop a huge announcement, you're going to be in pretty bad shape at that point. You won't have the gems for the next drop. You're going to be kind of itching around. What do I do? Do I panic sell something? But if you time it right, you stack those gems and then they announce something, that's a huge opportunity right there for VeVe. I mean, for you in VeVe. You got Dubes in the house. JT, let's go. My man, JT, Omi winner. I'm always going to remember you as the Omi winner, my man. Let's see. Big question, is confidence permanently damaged on VeVe now? I fear people will be much more wary going forward after the squeeze, as the next squeeze is inevitable with ever more drops. I see what you're saying here, actually. You're basically saying, like, are people going to be more fearful just because you never know what's going to be dropping? And you would think so, but I mean, history always repeats itself, right? And I think we're just seeing cycles in the market play out. I mean, it's been this way ever since March. In March, there was so much fear in the market. People are telling me, stop. Can you guys just imagine this, right? Take yourself back. It's March 2021. There's 8,000 people on the VeVe app right now, total. Todd McFarlane Batman's in store, in stock for $79.99. There's 7,500 editions now, mind you. There's 8,000 total people in the app. I'm thinking to myself, this is the first VeVe NFT. I'm buying. People are looking at me, telling me, dude, what are you doing? That's the worst collectible to go in on. There's way too many editions. It'll never sell out. That was the mindset back then. And then obviously we saw a huge run up. Everything sold out. Everything was going crazy. But then it kind of slowed down a little bit. Then the fear came back in the summer. There's a lot of fear in the market. People were saying, VeVe's done. They just released a DeLorean, 50,000 editions, way too many editions. It's going to ruin the app. And then all of a sudden, that went away. Then it started to pump again. Then it went crazy. And then it kind of died down. People are saying, they're not real NFTs. It's not on a real blockchain. There's just always waves. There's always cycles. So, again, we're kind of in that fear stage right now. Oh, are they going to release Pokemon, et cetera, right? People don't know what's happening. So I think it's just kind of standstill. And once this blows over, it's just going to be the same thing. It's going to be another run up big. And again, that's usually the time to kind of let go of some duplicates usually. I'm not telling you guys to do that, but things don't go up forever, right? There's always a little bit of a retracement. But, excuse me, as you guys can see, most of the time when there's a retracement, it comes back down a little bit from that huge pump. The floor is now higher than what it was at before. So that's the good thing about the ebb and flow. Let's go. Green Goblin in the building. Be Lit is here. Kelvin, let's go. Whole fam's in the building. Yeah, happens all the time, fam. The trend is up. It absolutely. Like Willow Kid just said, like in the micro, there's always going to be ups, downs, right? But in the macro, the trend is up. So, yeah, that's another thing too, Be Lit. Like, everything gives an opportunity for people. When there's, lulls in the market, a little ebb and flow, when things are pumping, that's not really the time for new people to come in. That's when a lot of FOMO happens. But now's the time when there's a lot of fear. It's so crazy too, because, when things are down like this, low, I don't really get many questions like, what should I get? What should I buy? What should I look into? It's usually when things are taking off at all-time highs. And that's when I usually get questions like, what should I buy? And it's always a little interesting to me because sniffles are back. It's always a little interesting to me because it's usually opposite. That's what you should be doing. Like right now, I feel like I should be getting the questions like, what should I be targeting? What should I be looking at? Because when things are pumping at all-time high, that's kind of when that fear of missing out comes in. Yes, I did, Tony. That was unbelievable. He's just off topic. I know you're a golfer. Did you see Sam Ryder's hole-in-one at the Phoenix Open and the crowd going wild? Unbelievable. Now, if anybody's not in the golf, look this up on YouTube, Instagram. Made a hole-in-one at one of the most iconic par threes in golf just because it's like a kind of like an indoor event. It's outdoors, but they brought like stadiums, the stands. It's like one big hole where the whole entire, fans are. So when someone hit a hole-in-one there, it went insane. People are throwing all their beer cans on the greens. I've never seen anything like this before. Now with golf, usually people erupt, go crazy. Once in a while, clap. but there's usually not beer tossed onto the courts or anything. It was unbelievable. I know my dad was probably looking at that saying like, oh my gosh, like shaking his head. Like that's not what golfers do. But, you know, as a fan of different kind of sports, like that was like baseball or football or something, it would have been insane. So seeing that on a golf course was just unbelievable. We got James Feeling in the building. How we doing, fam? I mean, that's okay if that's your opinion, my man. I mean, everybody's open to their opinion. He says, the squeeze has knocked out confidence for sure. I don't think the rebound is going to be very much at all. We're certainly not hitting all-time highs. And that's the thing, right? I mean, that's stuff that people said since the summer, since the spring, the fall, right? I mean, it's just part. I mean, I'm not sure when you joined Willed FPV. It sounds like you probably joined the last few months, maybe. And if you were here since the very beginning, you would see the trends. You know, it's so hard to think about because we see a Todd at 10K. It was at $80 from October 2020, October, November, December, January, February, March. 6,000 of them stayed in stock in store for $80. Only 1,000 Todds got bought from October, November, December, January, February, March. Think about that. There was a lot of fear back then. And they pumped. After they sold out, they pumped to like $300. Then they retraced back to like 150. People are like, oh, yeah, that was it. You know, that's just a pump. Then they went up to 600, fell back down to like 300. So it's a constant ebb and flow. I mean, right now we're just seeing kind of the low again. And I guarantee you they're going to pump again eventually. It's just a matter of when. Yeah, I hope so too. KCB, MW. I kind of hope these come out really cheap as well. I think that maybe that's why Will is saying that because he wants everybody to think that there's no more all-time high. It's just going to be low. And that's a fact, B-Lit. It might be just his confidence. It might not be everybody's confidence in the market's gone. It may just be certain people's, you know? Willow Kid, today is your day. Let's go, Willow. I feel like the whole entire universe is rooting for Willow right now. Willow and December. And Miss Rose. And Miss Rose, too. Be lit. That's a team player, my man. Hey, JD, would you change Secret or X-Men for 2 Wonder Woman? Or 2 Fantastic Four commons? Ooh, Jabe. What Secret Rare is it again? Secret Rare X-Men. Is this the one that you just got, right? Which Wonder Woman and which Fantastic Four commons? I don't think you can send gems to another account when the market's closed. I could be wrong on that, but I don't think you can. Market is closed, my man. Just getting to this. Looks like I'm about 15 minutes before. I'm about like 15 minutes late on this. Blessing time, fam. Let's go, Kelvin. That's what I'm talking about. I'm on iOS. Yeah, so you have to go on the web app. That is one thing that you have to do. There used to be a way to transfer gems on the actual app itself, but now you can't. Oh, man, it's coming back. My nose. I think Steamboat Willie will pump. I think it will pump after this kind of little lull of the golden moments and everything. We got Getsy in the building. How we doing, fan? How we doing? Live wire. Let's get it. Me meow. Is that Randy low key? Let's get it. Timer gate. What's timer gate, Brendan? Tinder gate. That's hilarious. Drop a like to my man's live. Appreciate that big time. Run the likes up. Bless the chat. Let's go. The chat, or I'm sorry, the likes definitely help out the channel as well. Big collectibles in the building. Let's go. Big collectibles for a big drop day. That's what I'm talking about. 3, 2, 1, 0. Bye now. Tons of sales on VeVe. That's a fact. I mean, the whole market's kind of low right now. So there's always different strategies, right? I mean, there's definitely strategies right now to kind of just go hard on the things that are valuable, but took a big dip in the market. Wait for all these drops to happen, for the market to pump again. Boom, let go some of those collectibles, duplicates, and then go back and get those drops later. I mean, that's definitely a valid strategy as well. Facts. I think so. I think 1.3K will be enough to get a golden moment in the secondary market. I'm not sure which one, but I think that will be enough to get one. The Palace is in the building. Saipo, I'm worried about the VeVe app run from now on. I cannot land a single collectible for months. It's getting annoying. Absolutely, Saipo. So it's definitely hard to get a drop these days. You know, don't feel too bad if you've been striking out big time. There's plenty of people in the chat. You know, I always think of Willow because he's been on a huge cold streak lately. And, you know, it is frustrating for sure. Just realize that the drop system is changing soon, probably in the next few weeks. So I'm hoping that helps a lot of people. You know, I'm not sure if it will or not, but I'm just hoping the new drop system kind of just relieves some stress for a lot of people, relieves some tension for people, because it's not going to be as competitive that way. It'll probably be a little bit more fairly distributed. And so I'm just hoping that helps, you know, a lot of these new users, you know, not feel as annoyed, frustrated. And also just remember that this is only about a fraction of the whole VeVe experience that's going to be. So times will definitely change. This is the warm up. That's a fact, Meiji. That's a fact. Is this comic any good? This is my first time. Appreciate you for joining the chat, Ash101. So this comic, I think, you know, long term, it could be okay, but I don't think it's going to be your top valuable comic. I think there's going to be other comics that you could probably target that may do better in the marketplace right now. And I think this one's just kind of a little warm up for the drop of the golden moments that are dropping at 3 p.m. Eastern time today. So Ash, there is another drop happening later today at 3 p.m. Eastern time. And that drop is going to be very, very valuable. So if you're tuning in for the first time, if you don't get this comic book, you know, don't worry about it. It's not going to be a holy grail comic, I don't think. But I think if you can try to get the system for the drop down and maybe use this one as a little practice for the golden moments, that's going to be a big one. Because if you can land a golden moments drop later today, that's going to be an amazing job. Jason, I got a Joker the other day. It was a hard decision spending $1,000 on an NFT, but I think it was a good decision. Yeah, I think so too. I know it's hard to come out the gate and spend, you know, $1,000 on one NFT. And there's different routes you could do, right? You could take $1,000 and get a bunch of smaller NFTs, right? That's a strategy. I think when you put all that money into a season 1 first appearance of an iconic superhero / villain, I mean, the Joker, there's not too many villains out there that are bigger than the Joker. And we're going to see more Jokers in the future, but this will always be the first appearance of the Joker. So, you know, maybe the second Joker comes out on VeVe and it looks amazing, right? That'll probably pump for a little bit. The next one comes out, maybe that one looks even cooler. But when you have the first appearance of things, it's like a safety net long term, I think, my opinion only, because I do believe everything kind of goes back to Genesis. So, you know, when you have the first appearance, first edition of something, and it keeps coming out over time. I mean, imagine when there's 5 Jokers on the app and you have the very first one. That's going to be big time, I think, especially because it's season 1. Definitely a big one. Wow, Jerry's going crazy today. Jerry's getting wings today. He's got the Red Bull gate going on today. Let's go. Alexandra P in the building. How we doing, fam? How we doing? Good luck today. Hoping you can grab one today. Even, you know, if it's a comic, you know, maybe you can flip that one, get some gems for the golden moments drop. Whew. Big drops today. Yep, absolutely. That's the move right there. Anybody landing a secret rare today, flipping it, getting the golden moment. Over 40 ends today, Willow. You know, if you strike out in the comics, maybe, you know, Willow, you said you're going to skip the comic drop today. What if you just used it as a little practice? It may get your confidence down even more. I'm not sure. But what is your prediction on the golden moments? Expensive. That's my prediction for the golden moments, Jerry. I think the golden moments, the Donald Duck is going to flip the Lady and the Tramp just because of the popularity, right? I mean, let me try to bring them the details real quick. So Donald Duck has 13,333 editions, which kind of high compared to 7,777 editions for the rare Lady and the Tramp. But the popularity of Donald Duck and Daisy, I think that's going to trump the Lady and the Tramp. So I think Donald Duck, Daisy, I think those are going to be iconic. I'm not sure what the price is going to be. I'm really hoping it stays below 1,000, because if it stays below 1,000, I'll probably be able to get it. But if it starts out, getting up there, starts out 15, 2,000, 3,000, I'll have to say see you later. I do want to try to get all the golden moments. Luckily, I was able to grab the first set of golden moments, I guess you could call it, that first series of the Disney Plus Anniversary Day. And because of that, I feel like I positioned myself to be able to try to grab all the Disney golden moments. But it's going to be expensive. I don't want to sell too many things for it just yet. So I may miss it. I may get it. Trying to land it on the drop. That's my golden ticket right now. If I can land a golden moments drop today, man, I may just go crazy. I'll go crazy on the stream. I'll tell you guys this. All right, how about this? I'll make a deal. I know I've said I'm going to put my hair down when we drop Thor in the 3D collectible version. But if I land a Disney Golden Moments on the drop day and it's Donald Duck and Daisy, it has to be Donald Duck and Daisy. If I get one of those on the drops, I'm going to take my hair out of the bun and put it down for the whole rest of the live stream today. So I'm hoping I get it. But then if I don't get it, at least I don't have to put my hair down. Picked up a Jim Lee physical at our local shop yesterday. That's my win. Oh, that Crypto Dizzy. That's awesome, man. FA Joker is definitely one that I want to get. I thought I had my Batman, but I don't. Batman's right up there. I forgot to put it up on the shelf. Definitely a big fan of FA Joker. I'm really surprised that it's only a 1K still. I definitely think FA Joker is going to, kind of like how Harley Quinn FA kind of followed Joker, like just slightly below it. I don't think FA Joker is going to be up near Todd. But Todd's at 10K. I see FA Joker at least being a couple K, a few thousand at least. So I do think it's a little bit low right now. JD, for golden moments, are you attempting a line gate or a one tap? Shout out to the vault for a line gate. I'm still just doing one tap, one drop. That's all I need. Hoping that's all I need. Anybody who's, spamming it, shout out to you guys. I hope you land it as well. I feel like it's over 1.4K for the golden moments drop today. Yeah, unfortunately, I think it's going to be up there, guys. I think it's going to be floating around that range. Hoping just a tad bit cheaper than that. But I think, like I keep saying, guys, I don't think people are going to make the same mistake as last time. People are not going to be flipping the golden moments, the first one, for $70. I don't see that happening. JD, does sniffling increase drop chance? I don't know. I wish I would stop sniffling, though. It's insane. Like, I don't even sniffle. I'm not even congested during the day or during the night. And then I'll come on a live stream, and, like, as soon as I get a half hour into it, maybe it's because I'm talking a lot, too. Maybe talking a lot does that for me. I don't know why, but I don't know. I would say definitely don't get the sniffles, especially not just for the drop. Okay, word. You don't need the practice. He's been here since March. He knows the vibes. Good point, Willow. Good point. Yeah, definitely. I mean, Donald Duck is huge. Donald and Daisy won't go below 2K, in my opinion. Yeah, montage. It'd be a blessing if it did. I'll tell you that. That's for sure. I mean, what could definitely happen is it just comes out right out the gate, 3K. And then in that case, I think anyone who sold anything just now or last night to have a few $100, $1,000 who still can't afford it. They're going to try to go back in the marketplace, buy up other things, or buy up the ones they just sold. And that tends to be kind of history repeating itself. Oh, Knight Rider, this is tough. I mean, it depends if you want to have that completed set or not. Iron Man, I mean, legend. Probably more legendary than just the skateboard, but I think being the first ever NFT from Disney that got released, Homer and Bart with the skateboard, that combination, I think having that set will be amazing. Let's see those righteous locks. All natural, too. It's crazy. Hair down today. That would be a funny moment if that happens. I kind of just want to get the Donald Duck on the drop because I'm going to lose my mind on the live stream. Sniffles, maybe good luck. Maybe good luck. I think maybe the VeVe gods hear it, and the VeVe gods are like, wow, this kid seems sick. Maybe we should give him an NFT. Yeah, that's kind of how I see it, dudes. There's probably going to be a few low ones right away, and they're just going to get snatched up so quick. It's going to be one of those things where you try to buy in the market, you hit buy now, and it says, like, sorry, too late. And so if they're cheap enough, I wouldn't mind at all scrolling down, buying one that's more expensive than the floor. But again, if they come out the gate like 3K, then I may not be able to. I thought about doing some crazy stuff. Like I thought about selling one of my 3 Nightwings, but it's only like 2K. I may get like 2.4K out of it right now, and I just feel like that's way too low. Because they mean too much to me too, though. That's another thing. But since I had 3 of them, I thought maybe I let one go. Maybe I let Ultra Rare Dragon Girl go, but that's even too low. It's like I'd probably get just under 3K with that. And I would have probably like 5K. That's probably going to be enough for this drop. But I'm thinking past this drop because this drop's great. You know, Donald Duck's huge, but there's going to be more. And then what do I do, right? So it's like I'm trying to live past this moment just because I know how many, I don't know for a fact, but I'm guessing how many iconic drops there's going to be. Not just in the near future, but even probably by the end of the year, right? I mean, if Disney owns Disney Plus, I mean, if they already dropped Disney Plus anniversary golden moments and Disney owns ESPN Plus, in my head is like automatic one day we'll see sports golden moments. And like for me, being an athlete my whole life, I would love that more than the Disney golden moments for the Disney Plus. I wouldn't sell those moments. Maybe like one duplicate that I have, like maybe a Bart. Would never sell the Walt. But like I don't even really want to sell Bart that cheap just because, you know, it's the first ever NFT from Disney. But I'm kind of thinking by the time they release a sports golden moments, if they even do that, I don't even know if they will. I'm just kind of guessing, kind of speculating here. But by then, hopefully that'd be more expensive. So could you imagine if I just missed it? It's getting close to the drop, guys. I keep looking down to make sure I don't miss it. Got 1 minute 26 seconds left. Sniffle bound. I think being the original owner of both Knight Rider, I'd probably keep them. That's an iconic set right there. Kelvin posted about the golden moments drops he secured and people called him a bot. So what happens when you watch JD's live stream. Let's go. Good luck, fam. Yeah, there is 50 real life statues, but we don't know for a fact if we're getting all 50 or not. All right, I'm going to record this one. I'm going to back out, come back in. See, like we have 35 seconds left, and I felt like my timer kind of paused at 39 seconds. So I will. I'm going to go back and come back in. I feel like I'm a little bit on pace right now. 23 seconds. I'm bugging out. I'm going to back out one more time. All right, 15 seconds. I feel good now. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Bye now. Nope, too early. I was a little too early. Didn't get it. Dang it. Unfortunate. What a fail. But like I said, I might have been too early on this one just because I was a split second too late on the last one. So I did not want to be late. Let's look at the film here. I don't think you're going to be able to see me be early, but at least you'll see me back out and come back in. I feel like I was just going down a little bit too slow. Felt on point here. See how much that jumped right there? This is kind of why I do it. Look at the time here. Ready? 19 seconds. Come back in. And it's down to 16. Maybe that was 3 seconds right there, but I feel like now it's on point. 8 seconds. I was just a little bit too early in my tap today. 3, 2, 1, 0. Click. I felt like maybe, you know what I might have done? When I backed out, I might have almost sped up the timer a little bit. That's why maybe I was a little bit too early. But either way, big L, big fail. Did anybody get it? L is always app crash and glitch. No way, JT. Didn't even let me try it, JT. Shooter, I jumped the gun too. See, I'm wondering if the timer was actually sped up a little bit. I clicked too early. I did the exact same thing. Everybody clicked a little bit too early. Oh my gosh. See, I feel like something might have happened. With the timer. Yeah, definitely. You guys can definitely get rebounds still. Nobody got a dub. Let's go. We got one dub. Finally caught one. They took my gems, but I didn't get the comic reserve. All right, so Pierre, if they took your gems, you probably got one. This is what you do. If you want to check to see if you got it, back out, go to the comic that just dropped, and then once you're here, you'll see a red bar that says like 1 order pending. That means that you got it locked in. Took a break from VeVe because school and tried today and got it. Let's go. Wow, Rolando got it. I didn't even click. Click perfectly. Still couldn't get one. So we got Rolando got a dub and Pierre. Let's go. I felt like the timer must have went off. App went to a black screen. Wow. Okay. So it looks like, yeah, something must have happened with the timer. Because I feel like everybody's timer was off today. I want to look back at this video. Maybe I should have stopped when it was at 21 seconds. You guys tell me what you think. All right, so I back out. Oh, let me fast forward here. So I back out with 21 seconds left. Back out, 21 seconds. It said 19, 18. Now, I guess that's about right. Took probably about 2 seconds. Here's the timer. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Click. And I had double click at the end. Maybe I was just a hair too early this time. Hair too late, hair too early. That just means the golden moments are going to be perfect. Yeah, thanks for that, Kelvin. Yes, let's go. You did get one. Okay, good stuff. That means that you definitely got one locked in. Wow, Getsy got a rebound on the 4. Let's go. I swear, rebounds feel impossible until you actually land one. And then it's like, wow, let's go. I'm about to bump some of Non-Fungible's album in a little bit while we wait for the market. Let's go. And I am going to be doing a giveaway, but during the golden moments, I want that to be a big drop, big giveaway. So we're going to wait for the giveaway during the golden moments. Nah, self-plug. Appreciate you for tuning in today, but I actually missed. I actually had a really bad drop today. I'm going to go over what my drop looked like again. I kept backing out. 21 seconds backed out, but I didn't get it. I think I was just too early today. Backed out, 19 seconds left. Backed out again. Got 16 seconds left. 13. It's not focusing on for me right now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Click. Man, see, like I just missed it. 1, 0. Click. Oh man, I'm gonna get this golden moments though. Yes, that's what it means. That's what it means for sure. I mean, last drop a couple of days ago, I felt like I was a hair too late, just a split second too late, like a millisecond too late. So I said to myself, I said to you guys on the stream, I said, I may be a little bit too early today, just because I had my mind programmed like I'm not wasting a millisecond. I may be too early, but I'm gonna try to time it perfect. And I felt like I was just a tad too early, maybe. So I'm gonna be right in the middle, on point for this golden moments drop. Yeah, I'm surprised, JT, that you didn't even get a chance to buy it. Why is that? As soon as you went to go press buy now, it turned to sold out. If that happens to you, to me, that just means like the timer was off. There's really nothing you could have done about that except for maybe backing out and coming back in to make sure your time's like in sync. I swear, for whatever reason, the timer seems to be like too early or too late, like off center, slightly one direction. And so for me, I have to go back and come back in like a few times until I feel like the timer's just moving at a right time. So, it's definitely interesting to see. But again, who knows? Maybe it's just because there's so much demand, right? Like maybe the timer really isn't impacting it at all. We already know there's a huge demand for these. We already know hundreds of thousands of people are on the app, during the time. Yeah, I time them just like the comics, the same way. I know a lot of people like to try to spam the buy now button for the collectible drops. And if you guys like to do that and you guys been having success, then keep killing it that way. I think, any way that you can try to get these comics or collectibles, I think it's pretty solid. Wow, everybody missed on the 8. Hopefully you guys get it on the 12. Sheesh. Oh, self-plug got one. Let's go. Sway Collects got a dub. All right, so we got a few people in the chat to get one today, so that's good news. I just hate seeing the chat strike out completely. Yeah, sometimes the timer is going fast. I don't know why. Did not. Nigel All-Star. Missed today, my man. That's 2 in a row. I went 2 in a row. I tried going for the hat trick. I thought I was going to be able to secure 3. Booted out last time too early. Too late last time. Too early this time. So I think for the golden moments, I should be right on the money. I'm hoping. Can you go for the drop without the full amount of gems and then get the gems once you get to the buy screen? So Eric Nolan, I'm going to say yes and no. The Akomi team says you can do that, and it is possible. I've seen plenty of people, have 0 gems, go for the drop, get to the buy now screen, and then they were able to add the gems that they needed. Boom, press buy now, and they got one. That way, you're not forced to add gems into the app since you can't cash out. You're not forced to add gems in before, but I say yes or no because I've seen it go the other way too. Plenty of times, I've probably multiple times, handful of times, I've seen people where they had 0 gems, even for a big drop too. And this is why I always say add gems if you can, because you don't want this happening to you on a big drop. I've seen people where they had 0 gems, got the drop, got to the buy now screen, tried to add gems, and it crashes on them, and they don't secure it. So I've seen it both times. So I would say, like I said, if you can add the gems, I would add it. But if you can't, then go for it. You know, the only risk of going for it when you don't have the gems is you may end up getting a crash or something like that, and you may miss the drop. Sorry, self-plug. Yeah, hoping we can get that Disney drop. If we land a Disney drop today, guys, that's gonna be a good one. Even if you get the rare, the Lady in the Tramp. That is the rare, 7,777 editions. And the Donald Duck. Like, the great thing about VeVe is, you know, they're gonna have so many different drops, so many iconic characters to fit everybody's fandom. You know, there's people out there huge fans of Donald Duck. He's one of the most popular characters of Disney. Then we're gonna have a whole bunch of brands that Disney owns, their own shows, their own categories, their own, you know, their own little collection. And in those collections are, you know, most popular characters of them. Just think of how many things Disney owns. And that's what's coming to VeVe one day. Like, we have the entire Disney IP, which is just insane. I have done it on a drop to add gems, but it's scary. Yeah, Michael, I would say you definitely can get away with it. And that's kind of what it's there for, just because some of these retail prices can be expensive, like the $400 Spider-Man, Secret Rare, Captain America. So, I mean, they know that we can't withdraw just yet. So instead of forcing people to add in money that they may not even get, it does give people a way to try to go for that drop kind of risk-free. But it's not exactly risk-free because, you know, you could end up missing that drop. So it is a risk for sure. You're kind of playing with fire there. JT, this is kind of just like history, right? He said he just saw this on Twitter. Disney Golden Moments drop day, plan 1, get excited. 2, cop nothing on the drop. 3, watch the prices pump and market. 4, turn off the app. Let's go. See, Spill got a 4-minute one. Any luck using just the data, not Wi-Fi? So in the very beginning of these drops, I did kind of go back and forth, using Wi-Fi, not using Wi-Fi. Since I upgraded my internet, I've definitely had better success with the Wi-Fi. Even before I upgraded the internet, I did do better in my Wi-Fi. I'm not too sure what the reason was for that. So ever since, like I said, before I upgraded my internet, I still was using Wi-Fi for the majority of the time. I just felt like for whatever reason it was, I was getting the drops better. But again, I've gone through phases to where I only did the drops charging my phone, like having my phone charged into the charger. There's a point where I only did the drops with my Ethernet cable plugged into my phone. I thought that helped for a little moment in time. And I don't know if these things are just kind of placebo effects or they really do help or not. I feel like whatever helps you mentally think that you're getting an advantage legally, right? You can't do anything illegal, obviously, to get an advantage. So you can't transfer these NFTs out of VeVe just yet, but that's the reason why we moved to Ethereum, because very soon that we're going to be able to transfer these NFTs on VeVe to your Immutable X wallet, which is a marketplace on OpenSea that you'll be able to sell for Ethereum, OMI, and that's going to be big. I mean, at first it's just going to be your artist collectibles, so the NFTs on VeVe from these artists, independent artists. But as time goes on, you know, then it's going to be the bigger brands that do allow it. And so that interoperability is going to be huge. Oh, Getsy. That's the worst, my man. It's not risk-free completely for sure because of this. Ah, okay, so Jabe's always using data. Interesting. So data definitely works because Jabe just got a secret rare recently. I've glitched out of 2 drops while trying to load gems. Never again. Yeah, see, I've seen too many people that haven't to, my man. Wavy Chris, for the golden moment, spamming the empty space between the notify button is the best chance, right? I would say for majority of users, I think most people spam it. I think only a few people have success or even try doing it, the timing mechanism. Now, this is the drop for the golden moments. Right here is where the buy now button is going to pop up. That little black line that you see above the notify me and below the Valentine's Day details. That little black line right there is exactly where the buy now is going to be. Now, some people like to keep tapping. The bad part about that is you may bring down the details box by accident, or you may hit notify me. I don't like to hit notify me just because I feel like it's going to slow down my phone just an extra step. So for me, I just like to stay here, wait for the time to hit 0 minutes, 0 seconds. I wait 1 full second after 0, and that's when the buy now button pops up, and that's when I click. Now, a lot of people tend to react to the buy now button popping up and then clicking. So my countdown method, I stay in sync with the countdown, so that helps me predict 1 second after 0. And as soon as I feel like it's about to pop up, that's when I'll start my click. That way I'm getting in there and pressing buy now slightly before all the people that are kind of reacting to the buy now button and then pressing it. So just my kind of little caveat, twist, timing technique. Plot twist, VeVe changes where the buy now button is. Absolutely. So again, guys, another reason why I don't like to bring down this drop down menu of the details is because when you bring down that menu, it will slightly change where that buy now button pops up for whatever reason. You know, it took me a while for me to understand and realize that. Shout out to the chat for letting me know as well. So I like to leave that as it is. You know, I'm give this a little heart, like little like there, little heart emoji. But again, guys, the buy now button pops up right in that black screen, that black little sliver. So definitely different ways you can definitely do it. Let's go. Pineapple Gang, let's go. Got the last Omi Millionaire in the VeVe verse from On OpenSea and my VeVe versary. Just need the golden moments to make it a perfect VeVe versary. Oh, okay. This is Jay Green on Twitter. I saw that tweet too. Let's go. Man, those are 2 great songs. Can you guys hear this? This is the intro. I'm going to go play a little teaser. Song is fire. Fire. Don't want to play too much.
This is a quick story of how I became a millionaire.
Shout out Randy. You guys can hear this, right? Fire. I don't want to play too much. I want you guys to really listen to it. You know, those are 2 of my favorite songs that I'm not featured on. Absolutely love the first 2 songs on the album. Fire. Let's go. I'm going to play a couple more snippets. Those 2 are like some of my favorite songs right there that I'm not featured on. Those 2 slap so hard. Honestly, I'm scared to do the one tap, but I know it'll probably be a better decision than spamming. I mean, it all depends, guys. If you feel more comfortable just tapping away, spamming it, by all means, go for that. You know, I'm not sitting here trying to force everybody to one tap it because that just works for me. You know, as a coach in baseball, golf, you know, everybody has different swings, mechanics. And I would be a bad coach if I said, okay, guys, I bat this way, my golf swings this way, you all have to swing my way, right? I would never do that. So I feel like the drops are the same way. Everyone's going to have a little bit different of a strategy, technique, you know, comfortable level. So by all means, Jabe, if you feel more confident spamming away, you know, by all means, just spam away. Because at the end of the day, you could get in there quicker by someone kind of timing it. But I could get in there quicker some days. So it all really just depends. I would say the spamming technique kind of doesn't rely on human error almost. It's almost just like kind of luck of the draw. As in when you time it, you know, you could do it perfectly and, you know, you just timed it amazing. Or you can mess up like what I did today. Too early, boom, human error, you miss it. Could you imagine that, JT? If the plot twist VeVe implements the queue system for this next drop, and then it freaks everybody out. Yeah, comics may not be for everybody. Yep. Okay. Cool. You can hear it. The VeVe Vault song. Let's go. I love this beat. Shout out to Emoji.
VeVe my vault, I got my stash in it.
Let's go.
We on the moon, it was no accident. I got that on me, I am so passionate.
I love this song, man.
Diamond heads, I ain't selling it. I got that sauce just in the cabinet. I got a bag, now I'm too legit. Why they so mad, now we crypto rich?
This is my favorite. Shout out Gary V. Yes, sir. In a week.
Gary said work hard. Gary said that shit. Gary
Let's
said
go.
keep going. Gary said don't quit. Gary said them little things in life might be it. Gary said since third grade I've been hustling like this. I know the feeling, I went hard since 6. I kept on building, put work into my list. You're gonna make it, just love what you give. I say you're gonna make it, just love what you give. I got NFTs, feel like Gary V. Needed motivation, he said follow me. You know if he friends, cost like 40 G's. If you put the work in, you could live your dreams. I got NFTs, feel like Gary V.
Fire.
I got NFTs, feel like Gary V.
Whoa.
I got NFTs, feel like Gary V. I got NFTs, feel like Gary V. Whoa. I got NFTs, feel like Gary V. Needed motivation, he said follow me. You know if he friends, cost like 40 G's. If you put the work in, you can live your dreams.
Whoa.
I got NFTs, feel like Gary V. It's a lifestyle, flipping NFTs. Now I'm up, VeVe lost 100 G's. I got NFTs, shout out Gary V. Win after win, it's a marathon. Listen on my money, what I've been on.
Man, I love that song so much. Shout out to Itzwondefull, man. Pineapple Gang. If you guys haven't, I left a link in my bio, in the description to this video. So if you guys love the songs, anyone that you love, you can have a chance to buy it as an NFT. And when you buy it, you actually get 1% royalty on the song too. So amazing utility. I just want to play a couple clips from the album. The first two are definitely my favorite songs that I'm not featured on. And then VeVe Vault. Shout out to Emoji. Absolutely killed it as well. The third verse on there. Yeah, Jerry, the album's definitely going to be on Spotify, Apple Music, all those streaming platforms. But I think in a week or so. Let's go. Jersey on top always. That's a fact. 609. 856. Let's go. And that's crazy. Itzwondefull is from Jersey too. The wild thing about all of this is that, such a small world, man. I met Itzwondefull. I met Non-Fungible through VeVe, right, on Instagram. Never knew him before. As we got to talking, I saw that he made music. I was like, wow, okay, let's go. I was vibing with his music. Then we got to talking. I met him, got to know him. Found out that he actually lived in Jersey. I was like, no way, what part? And think of this, guys. This is how crazy it is, right? This is how small the world is, and it's not connected at all. I did my first ever, I just started making music out of nowhere in 2018. I did my first ever live performance in Elizabeth, New Jersey at this place called The Movement Space in North Jersey, probably like an hour or two away from me. And I did my first ever live performance February 22nd in 2020. So literally a week before the whole quarantine hit. But I did that February 22nd in 2020. As I met Itzwondefull, he was telling me that he was from Jersey. He's made music his whole life. And he used to perform at that same building every year before 2020. I was like, what? I was like, my man, you were there? He's like, was I there? He used to tear that place up. So he's been performing there for years. I performed there for the first time in my life. Didn't even know him. February 22nd, 2020. And then fast forward 2 years, 2022, February 22nd, and Itzwondefull comes out with his album. Like, what? What are the chances of that? And just the fact that he's from Jersey too, wild. So Yeah, definitely represent for Jersey. Let's go. Jersey making big moves. Will the buy now button also remove if I scroll the screen down so you can see the pictures at the collectibles completely? No, so that's a great question. So Knight Rider. I actually do scroll down. I don't like to be at the very top here. I kind of like to be, you could be right here on the screen so you can see the collectibles. For whatever reason, I kind of like to be like right in the middle. So yeah, I'll probably be right down here. Like right here. You can be anywhere on the screen. I don't like to be completely up here just because, you know, for whatever case, if it does go a little bit lower, I'll be screwed. Obviously, I know it's going to pop up right there, so it just feels comfortable being right here. So, like, I just like to scroll up a tad bit. Billy Bob Bitcoin, yeah, definitely. This is just a little teaser, a little practice run for the drop later today. Every 4 minutes, yep, absolutely. Flat-tastic. You can definitely still get rebounds. We've had people, you know, definitely get rebounds on this today, even in the live chat. So drop a like for the most positive VeVe live stream on YouTube. Let's go, Kelvin. Appreciate you big time. Oh, Millionaire already on Prime Music playing all day. Let's go. I do think that's such a banger. Omi Millionaire is such a great song, such a great vibe. I mean, if you just want that positive, feeling like you just made it vibe, you know, go blast that in your car, put the windows down, and go be an Omi Millionaire. Cool. I definitely play it on Spotify. Yeah, absolutely. And the good thing about this opportunity right now, I think the first 2 songs sold out. So I don't think you can buy those anymore. But if you guys want like a % royalty, if you think any of these songs will blow up, Gary Vee may use that song in one of his YouTube videos, whatever the case may be, right? I did buy a few of these songs. Wanted to go show some support to Pineapple Gang. Had to show them some love. Had to buy a few. But also, I mean, some of those songs are some of my favorite songs that I believe in, too, long term. Like the VeVe verse song, the intro. When you listen to the intro of the album, you feel like you're in the VeVe verse already. I definitely can see that happening one day, to where I think some of these songs may be used in the VeVe verse as soundtracks, as theme songs. So I think, you know, being able to own, you know, a couple percentage of that, that's the great thing about the utility that he's blessing all of us with right now. So it helps him out. It can help yourself out. And definitely something to go check out, maybe look at. Shamir Alam, fire music. Any guesses what you think Alex was hinting at when he said 4 Red Hot Chili Peppers? Do you think we will get another big IP next, or maybe it's another golden moment this week? I'm not too sure, Shamir. I'm kind of thinking that it could be a big drop just because he has been teasing, but we don't know when, right? We don't know if it's going to be end of this month. We don't know if it's going to be, you know, next month he's trolling us with. I thought maybe those Red Hot Chili Peppers was like an extra level of troll, and he's thinking, or he's putting that out there because maybe we might get the Red Hot Chili Peppers like songs on VeVe, and that could be the new category. We have music now. Either way, I think it's going to be a pretty good drop. Definitely has us all kind of thinking, though. I think that's kind of the reason why there could be a temporary pause in the pump of the markets right now. Just because, like a lot of people saying, there's a lot of gems in the app, but it's not being spent. So that tells me that people are kind of holding right now. Yeah, another L added to my failures. Hey, there's no such thing as failures punch. Just lessons learned. That's what the L stands for. 72 watching, 39 likes. If we get to 70 likes, I will give a comic for giveaway. Let's go, Kelvin. That's my guy right there. That's what I'm talking about, Kelvin. Kelvin is the man. If you guys aren't following Kelvin Lima on Twitter, make sure you guys go give him a follow. Do you sing Riding on and My Story? I do. Yep. There's some old school songs that I made. It's so funny too, because that was back when. So I made music out of nowhere, no music background, no kind of experience or anything. Just 2018, I was doing podcasts for this business I started, and the podcasts weren't really working out. So I was like thinking, you know what? How can I kind of advertise this in a unique way? And I saw my microphone laying there at the time. It was just a $30 podcast microphone from Amazon. I said, what if I tried making a song about this company, about this business, and making that blow up? I thought, well, the worst case scenario is probably so bad because I've never even tried to make a song before that it goes viral and then my business goes viral, right? And I was like, best case scenario, it could be good and I could love it. So I gave it a try. I gave it a chance. I made my first song. I learned how to put it on SoundCloud at the time and didn't think anything of it. Came back to it a few days later and I got a comment saying, I can't find this on iTunes. I want to buy it. I can't. How do I buy it? And I'm like, what? That blew my mind. That was like game changing for me because for the first time in my life, there was someone else out there asking how to buy it. I was like, I don't even know how to put this on iTunes. What do you mean? Like, of course it's not on there. Like, I have no idea what I'm doing. So I learned how to put it on iTunes, Spotify, Apple Music, this thing called TuneCore, which is a distribution platform that this artist Russ used. So boom, I learned how to do all that. And still at the time when I was making songs, I did no effects. Literally would just find YouTube beats and put the podcast microphone on, and I would just, record the vocals over it. And that was it. I didn't know how to do any kind of effects or anything. And little by little, I started learning how to engineer it, learning what the effects were, learning what reverb was, all this kind of stuff. And little by little, just that process, I started falling in love with it and just had fun with it. Started making music videos out of nowhere. Never even knew how to make a music video. Got a couple of my buddies, shot the music video with the iPhone, learned how to edit it all up. Didn't know how to edit the music videos. And just had fun with it, just ran with it. See how far I could take it. I was just doing it for myself because at that time in my life, I needed to stay motivated. I needed something to, keep me motivated, motivate me. And that's what it was. The music was really for me. And it just happened to, some people were vibing with it. Some people liked it. Some people were that I grew up with that knew me my whole life were like, Johnny, what are you doing making music? Because it came out of nowhere. So I lost friends over it. But, it just goes to show you that everything works out in the end. If you stay true to yourself, if you do things just because you love it, that's what matters in the end. And it really just showed me like who was my real friends, who weren't my real friends. So, and it's so funny because those are the same people that, I grew up with them my whole life since elementary school. I saw them hating on me with the whole music thing, right? Not understanding what I was doing. I still told them about VeVe back in March, and they just laughed at me even more. They said, okay, Johnny, you lost your mind. First you're rapping, now you're buying digital Batman. You're wasting all your money. Like, what are you doing? And I tried telling them, but, of course, being hard-headed, being stubborn, having a huge ego back then, they didn't listen. So it's unfortunate. And, of course, when I tell them today, it's still early. They don't answer. But just goes to show you, that's how some people are in this world. But, that's why you surround yourself with good people, with people that support you. And that's what matters. Oh, yeah. Omi Millionaire sold out before I got it, and it's perfect for my shirts. Let's go. Millionaire Tees in the building. Shout out to you, my man. I love that song. That's such a banger. But Shooter, long story short, I did. Yep. Did anyone get one? Audible. There's only a couple of people that got one. I think a couple of people got rebounds today. I'm going to look in the market, see if the market's open. What is the name of the song? This song is really fire. So Knight Rider. There's a couple songs I just played. One's called Gary V, and the other one's called VeVe Vault. Those are the two ones that I'm featured on. And then the first two songs are the VeVe verse and then Omi Millionaire. And you can find the link to them in the bio, the description of this video. I put it in there. And I think I put the link to Itzwondefull's tweet. And in that tweet, you can find where to find the link to the songs. It will be on Spotify, Apple Music, all that kind of stuff. But I think for right now, it's only being sold as NFTs on his site. And then it'll be on Apple Music and all that. Yes, Eric, great question. Do you think they will drop multiples at the same time in the future to split users from all going for one? Absolutely. Great question too. So Eric, I definitely see this happening. I think it's going to get to the point where maybe they release huge Marvel release, 11 a.m. Eastern time, say a Thursday, and then 11 a.m. Eastern time Thursday, they release a huge DC collectible. So it's going to be like, oh wow, like, am I a Marvel fan, DC fan? What am I going to go for? it's going to get to the point where I think there's multiple drops a day and probably, 5 drops at least a week. I think it will get crazy. Now, I'm not sure how that's going to impact the market because as we've seen when there's many, many drops happening, the market kind of chills. It kind of, lowers the price. It doesn't pump. So I think they're going to try to balance all those drops when we're onboarding so many more people. As we onboard more and more people, that's when I think they'll increase the drops. Robbie Remington, hey Johnny, guess what? I struck out again. Yeah. Don't worry about today on the comic, man. I think everybody almost struck out today. All I know is that Alex mentioned, on the Twitter space this week, we're going to have 3 comics and 2 collectibles. You already have 1 comic and 1 collectible today. Facts. I think it is. Hey, appreciate that punch big time. Yeah, absolutely, Audible. Absolutely. Market's open. Let's go check this out. All right, so we got 81 commons going for $21. It's still very early. The market just opened up. We have 45 uncommons going for $28. We have 37 rares going for $175. Seems pretty high. We have 10 ultra rares going for $350. That seems pretty high right now. We have 12 secret rares going for $950. This is the time for me to where if I had one, I would put it up for sale right now. If I had a secret rare and it wasn't extreme low mint, I'd put it up there for $990, $950. Try to get it off for $1,000 ASAP because I have a feeling once we see, 20, 50, maybe close to 100, maybe not won't get to 100 secret rares in the market, but once more and more collectibles, comics get in the marketplace, that's when I start to see the saturation happen. So anyone looking to buy these in the market right now, just be careful. One thing that you could do is, this is one tip that I like to do to see how many have been delivered. Now you can go to the very, very home screen here, the store tab at the bottom. You're going to go to the latest drops, the one that just dropped here. Scroll all the way down. And then you can see the details here. The common. It says 13.7K of 20.9K left to be delivered. So more than half. That tells me that more than half the people who got the common comic book didn't even get theirs delivered to their account yet. So when that happens, more people are going to put it for sale in the marketplace. And that's usually when the saturation happens. People undercut and that price kind of lowers. So because of that, if anyone was looking to buy this comic, I would probably hold off until a lot more of these are delivered. Almost all of them get delivered. The uncommon, 3.2K out of 4.9K left to be delivered. We have the rare, 1.4K of 2.2K left. The ultra rare, 633 of 950 left to be delivered. And the secret rare, 334 of 500 left to be delivered. So definitely still a lot more have to be delivered. Appreciate you guys. Audible hasn't got one in so long. I'm really hoping that we do well on these. Johnny, we getting rugged. Reslow, how we doing, mate? Any idea what 1% royalty is worth per download? Now, I really don't know that, Green Goblin. That's kind of the decision factor, right? I know, we don't really know exactly how much we'll make for getting the 1%, but it all depends. It's almost like investing in an upcoming artist if you believe in that artist. And I think we all believe in Pineapple for sure. It's the very beginning. Right away, you may not make that much with 1%, right? You do have the ability to, I think, own up to 50% of these songs. I think it costs $10 for each percent, each NFT. And each one you will get 1%. So if you wanted to get, say, 5% on one song, you'd probably have to pay $50. But I think it all depends. If you believe in the song, if you believe in Pineapple Gang, Itzwondefull, and where the music's going, I think it could be a solid thing to look into. Not financial advice. Hey, play that tune from Pat McAfee. Let's go. Let's go. I will. That's in my prime. Let me find it. This is one of my favorite songs. And what's crazy about this song is I made this song in like no time. This is one of the shortest amount of times that I made a song, like a window. And it's really just because I think I capitalized off the energy of my first live performance. The live performance I was talking about when I made my first ever show, my first ever live performance was February 22nd, 2020, the week before the whole world shut down. And when I came back home, I was on such a high on life. It was unbelievable. I probably came home, it was like probably 2 or 3 a.m. and I made the song at like 5 in the morning. I was just on such a different level of being just, I was just so high on life, that feeling of just being on top of the world. And so that's when I made that song. So I feel like you can tell too by the energy of it. It's an uplifting song. And I own this song too, 100%. Let's go. One of my favorites.
On the beat. I did it my way. Black ball from the game, call me catch the wave. Pulling up a damn ball, gotta stay ahead. Don't just cut me off, patience hanging by a thread. Gotta do my thing now, a lot of people watching. Ex-girl got mad and she pop locking. Now I pay my dues and had to take my time. Now it's business, making money from my rhymes. Back and forth the grind, yeah, had to take my time. Saw the perfect guy, man, running from my mind. Never gonna quit, but they tryna stop my shine. Now I'm on the road and I stack up every dime. Thought about it dead, but I'm still in my prime. Going through a lot and a lot on the line. Looking at these rappers like it's my dinner time.
I absolutely love that song. Appreciate you, Robbie Remington. And this was a song that, I made in that summer. I'm sorry, I made right after that live performance, but I held on to it for a while. It was in February, March, April, May, June, July. I didn't release that song in my prime until August, actually. August of 2020. And I wanted to wait till that summertime for that summertime vibe. And I released it and nothing really happened. I thought it was going to be my hit song. I thought it was going to be crazy. And, I released it, it just went away, nothing really crazy came from it. And then, so October, or that happened in August, right? September came, late September, October. Meanwhile, I was watching the Pat McAfee show. If anybody's familiar with Pat McAfee as a sports show, just an independent media. He was a football player, retired really early, decided to do media, do YouTube, came out with a sports channel. It's basically like ESPN, but just kind of a little bit more personal because he was a football player, has other football players on the team or on the channel just interviewing. And so I've been a big fan of the show for months now. And I was like, man, I could just imagine in my prime being played on the show, but I didn't know how it would ever be on there. And so, next thing I know, I talked to Pat, showed him the song, and, they actually played it, and it was unbelievable. They played it a few different times. So that's what the clips are on my YouTube, is when he played it on his channel, on his show. AJ Hawk was loving it. Pat was loving it. They played it a few different days too. Like it was in their rotation. And I was like, this is amazing. I can't believe they're actually playing it. So as soon as I posted that clip, that's when everybody in my hometown was like, yo, this song's amazing. And I'm like, this song has been out for a year. You guys just didn't like it until you saw Pat McAfee play it. And then you liked it. So I was like, that really hit me. I was like, oh, perception is everything. Johnny Dunn by himself to his hometown, he could come out with a hit song. It doesn't matter because I wasn't supposed to make music, But as soon as someone like Pat McAfee, someone with credibility now, that everybody else is already watching, he plays the song. He's shown that he loves it. Now the people that didn't like me, my song, they see someone like him love it. Oh, Johnny, we love your song now. It's like, it's like, why didn't you like that before you saw someone like him like it? So it goes to show you that perception plays a huge role. It's just human psychology. It really is all it is. But that was that story of Pat McAfee. Unbelievable, And another reason why I think Pat McAfee is a huge, iconic, sports show is because it has to do with the NFL. I've been reaching out to him thinking we could get a Pat McAfee, AJ Hawk, NFL collectible on VeVe as an NFT, because if VeVe does have that NFLPA license, which I'm not guaranteeing they do, I think we've been kind of speculating that they have. Maybe they've said that they have had it. I'm not too positive on that. but I'm pretty sure they may have it. They haven't released it yet. If they do, not guaranteeing it, just kind of putting it out there. Pretty sure that they have it though. I just don't want to guarantee it until they come out and say we 100% have it. But I was just imagining when I was watching the show when they played the song, I was like, man, if we can get a Pat McAfee, AJ Hawk, because AJ Hawk's a Hall of Fame linebacker, you know, many years with the Packers. So I was like, wow, this could be a perfect collab right now. How do you know when the market is open? So I think you guys know the market is open right now. Opens up usually 30 minutes, 40 minutes after the marketplace closes for the drop. I'm sorry, it opens up 30 to 40 minutes after the drop happens. Unfortunately, there is no way right now to get notified when that market opens. It's one of those things where you just have to keep checking, because the market is open. But it's one of those things where you won't know until you go check. And one thing that you can do, a lot of people all the time, you know, 30, 40 minutes passes. People say the market's open, but for them, it's not. What you may have to do is exit out of the actual app. Like you may have to go and like close the app and then come back in, open the VeVe app, go to the marketplace. Go to the marketplace, click on comics, click on the one that just dropped. And then from here, you can go in and see the prices. Yeah, 19. Is it back down? Wow. See, this is why if you guys can come up with a game plan right away, it's game changing. That little 30-minute window that you have from doing the drop, say you landed a drop. Don't just kind of, you know, stop thinking about things. You know, start really game planning right then. Start thinking about, okay, if I get a secret rare, when the marketplace opens, I'm going to sell it. Or I got an ultra rare. As soon as the marketplace opens, I'm going to sell it. Or maybe it's, I got a secret rare and I'm going to hold it. Because as soon as the marketplace opens, as you guys saw when I was going over the prices, there's only a few secret rares in the place for sale. And the floor price was $950. I talked about how if I had a secret rare, I would put one right away for $900, $950 to try to get that sale. Because now you guys see the price is $520, $499 for that secret rare, because there is 19 available. So that's why it's also it's so crucial to look at how many have been delivered, because if you can see that, wow, none have been really delivered yet, so there's going to be a ton more that has to get delivered. Usually, not every single time, but most of the time, you can start to think like, okay, then the price is probably going to drop a little bit. So if I can get in the market right away, I can put something for sale. Hopefully it sells, and then you can always buy it back later for cheap or just move on with the gems. So like I said, there's 22 available secret rares for $495 now. The ultra rare, there's 27 available, going for $120 now. I think it was at $350 earlier. So you guys who are new, you can see the difference in the prices when you wait a little bit. The rare is going for $51. The uncommon's going for $19. And the common's going for $13 already. Hey, happy Valentine's Day. My collectibles. Cheers. Appreciate you. Ooh, excuse me. Appreciate you big time. Ah, okay. Only secret rare I got, and its floor is 300. Super happy though, but JD, I meant flip the secret rare for 2 FF1 or Wonder Woman Cover Girls 2. Okay, great question. I think Fantastic Four #1 is an amazing collectible. I mean, amazing comic. I think it's one of the top 3 comics, if not top 2 comics possibly on VeVe right now. I know it may sound kind of strange to sell a secret rare for 2 commons, but again, you're getting 2 holy grail commons. You got to think how many secret rare comics are going to be on the VeVe app in the future. Probably thousands, right? Because there's going to be thousands of comics. So I don't think every single secret rare comic will have crazy, crazy value. I think the Holy Grail comics will definitely have value. It's a very safe bet. So you could wait, Jabe, because right now 300 is pretty low for a secret rare. I feel like even the secret rares that don't have extreme value, they could pump as soon as we get word that we can put these comics in our showroom and show them off on our profile. If I was you, Jabe, I'm not telling you to do this, not financial advice. You can do anything you want. I may want to hold on to my secret rare. Like I have a couple secret rares that I do kind of plan on flipping, but I'm holding on to them right now because I think the floors will pumped big time once we can put these in our showroom, on our showroom walls, maybe in cases, comic cases, and definitely on our profile. So may not be, the best bet to sell it right now. Good luck on the Goldens, everyone. Later, Young Blood. Hey, appreciate you, Audible. Big time for tuning in today. Hopefully you get lucky later today. Every 1 million on Spotify is about $4K bucks. Oh, wow. Wait. Do you mean the song A Millionaire? What are you saying here, Jade? Oh, okay. So every 1 million download on Spotify is about $4K bucks. That's what it is. Yep. So every 1 million downloads on Spotify equals about $4,000. So on Spotify, I mean, that's the thing on these streaming platforms. That's why the NFTs is such a game changer, because it eliminates the real need for these third parties to collect all the money and give out a low percentage to the artists. Because like Spotify, you barely get any kind of money on the royalties. Same with Apple Music, etc. But I think the real money that would come from owning, a percent royalty on these is is when these get picked up in movies. Say Gary Vee comes out with a documentary on Netflix one day, and he wants to put Gary Vee soundtrack in that Netflix documentary. Now we're looking at a whole different scope, a whole different landscape, right? Because otherwise, if, like you said, Jabe, if it's just on Spotify, just on Apple Music, just on Pandora, all these streaming platforms, you really won't make too much alone in royalties, because they hold all the leverage. All those places, all those companies, they hold all the leverage. But now we get to the NFT space and things change big time. And I think it's going to be a big shift in the industry. It'll be interesting to see what happens, because these music labels, these streaming platforms, they're not going to want that. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Where do you buy these songs? So Billy the Kid, they will be on the streaming platforms in about a week. But if you want to own it right now, it's owning a piece of VeVe history with royalties. That's a fact, Jay Green. I put the description, or I put the link to Itzwondefull's tweet in the description of this video. And in that tweet, he has a website link that you click and the password as well. That's why I put the link to the tweet. So definitely go check that out. That's a great way to look at it right there. It's all right, Flactastic. Appreciate you big time for tuning back in. So I don't really have a prediction for the Golden Moments drop today. I just know that they're going to be expensive. I think they're going to be expensive. I think they're going to be pretty valuable. I don't think they're going to come out cheap. I think they're going to come out pretty expensive. I want to say easily over 1K, probably over 1.5K, but I'm hoping. My hope is kind of preventing me from saying they're going to come out above 2K, just because I'm really hoping they don't. But we'll see if they do. I won't be surprised. Journey in the Mystery's first Stan Lee comic ever minted, right? I'm pretty positive. Jabe. I would double check with Comics and Crypto. I'm pretty sure they were here when the first comics got released, and they're definitely more of a comic expert than I am. But I'm almost positive Stan Lee's first ever, as the writer, is that Journey in the Mystery. And also Journey in the Mystery is super slept on too, I believe, Jade. If in the real world, there's so few copies of this, it's hard to tell what a true value is for them. And being the first comics released on VeVe, I think Journey in Mystery is a good one too. That and Fantastic Four #1, I don't think you can go wrong with those. Those are definitely more of the Holy Grail comics. Let's go. Green Goblin, you the man. Appreciate that. Caught my percent for Omi Millionaire and had to get some Gary Vee featuring the JD. Locked that in yesterday. ASAP. Let's go. That's my favorite song. I mean, I am biased because I am on that, but I just feel like it's so catchy, and it's like heart touching too. Like there's a story behind it. Like if you listen to Pineapple's first verse, I feel like my second verse on it is my second part. It's a short verse, but like the second part of it, I love that song. I absolutely love it. But I love all the songs. Like, my top ones that I'm not on, definitely the first two. I love the first two songs. I was listening to them forever. VeVe verse puts you in the mood, makes you feel like you are in the future. And then Omi Millionaire is just such a banger. It's one of those songs that you can listen to parties. just in your car chilling, like just put you in a good mood. Awesome song. Let's go, my collectibles. This one is fire, Johnny. Legend. Z Brito, I'm not sure which one you're talking about. 842. Maybe that was In My Prime. In My Prime is one of my favorite songs too that I made. What I love about that one is that I don't own every single one of my beats that I made exclusively, but that is one that I own 100% of. Like I own that. I bought it outright. And that's another reason why I absolutely love it, because that is one song that I think, could last a long time. Let's go. Be Lit got 7 tracks last night. Let's go. That's big time right there. And that's the thing. Like when you buy these tracks, you're supporting the artist directly. Like you're supporting Pineapple Gang. You're not supporting Spotify and then only a small percentage goes to him. Like that's what I love about this NFT space, because the fans get to support the artist directly. Love these live chats you do. Really makes you feel like part of the community. Wow, appreciate that. Fantastic Adventures. Appreciate that big time. And that's the thing. Everybody who's tuned into these live chats, you are part of the community. You are part of the VeVe whole experience. Like you guys are what makes it keep on going. I mean, we all have our own role, and that's why it always goes back to sports. Everything I do, I relate it back to sports. Sports were my entire life, but it's like it's just another big team that I'm on. Like everybody has their own role. Everybody plays their role amazing to the best of their ability, and when that happens, we win a championship. I've won so many championships in my past. I've always been on winning teams, and that's the key. That's the common thread in every single championship that I've won, whether it's at a high school level, a little league level, a college level, when I was winning tournaments. Like everybody has their own role, and if everybody plays their role, I mean, we all come together and we win a championship. And a championship to me for VeVe has always been going mainstream, and that's going to happen one day. And we're all part of this success. It's not just one person, it's all of us. Wow, Be Lit. I'm going to have to hit him back for sure. I've been leaving. Oh, man. Shout out Pat McAfee, my man. We are definitely going to link up, and I'm going to get you situated, Pat. I'm going to get you on the VeVe app. I'm going to get you all about NFTs. My man Pat and the boys. If you guys haven't tuned into the show too, I would definitely tune into Pat McAfee show. It's on every day. And I've learned a lot from him. I mean, watching his live shows every single day. I mean, I've taken things from his shows that just helped me in my live streams. And he has a whole team with him. He calls it Pat and the Boys. It's just like ESPN, but it's a little bit more personal. You actually get an ex-NFL player interviewing other NFL players. And when that happens, other athletes open up to other athletes. I would probably have a conversation a lot differently if a random ESPN reporter start asking me questions, as opposed to if Tom Brady sat here and asked me questions, Like when you have an athlete talking to an athlete, they're going to open up, talk about different things a little bit more willingly, as opposed to another, ESPN reporter who's never played the sport that you're talking about. It's just a different dynamic. Tune. Yes, facts, Reslo. Some like my art. Now they don't know, but once a project with my art pops in the NFT space, let me read this again. Some like my art. Now they don't know, but once a project with my art pops, the NFT space will recognize. That's a fact, Reslo. And that's how it usually works, right? I mean, when you're an unknown artist, creator, you may make amazing work, right? But it's just kind of undiscovered. Most people may just kind of turn a blind eye to it. It's cool. Next one. And then when they see the artist that they look up to have your art in it, they'll say, whoa, and check out all your artwork. And it basically what it does to human psychology is they look at your art now through a different lens. They see your art in a way that they've never saw it before. And that's the same thing with music. Like when I showed the song In My Prime to people I grew up with, they just looked at me like, what are you doing? Like they didn't even get to really hear it. Then they're watching Pat McAfee show because they're a fan of that show. They're just watching it. Then they hear my song come on, and now they're listening to my music in a different lens, they're hearing it in a different way. So it's the same thing with art, my man. So, keep on going with your artwork, bro. It's amazing. You will get your recognition eventually. I was sitting in England watching McAfee, and your name comes up, and they play your tune. Then a couple of months later, talking to you all the time about VeVe. Crazy. Wow. So crazy, Rob. Robbie Remington. Wow, man. What a crazy time that was back then. I remember, it's funny that you say that because I remember watching a Pat McAfee show when it first started, all over the summer, going into the fall. And the whole thing I kept saying was, I want my music on here so bad. I just kept visioning. This is why manifestation is real. I felt like I manifested it. Like I kept visioning my music on a show and being like an independent media company like he is, coming from the NFL, doing his own thing, kind of going against ESPN. ESPN reporters told ESPN, other reporters, employees, stop watching Pat McAfee. So it's like, I just felt like, I could vibe with him. I understood where he's coming from. And I kept thinking to myself, I need my music on here. It's going to go crazy. And then when I saw my music on there like a few different times, they're on the radio too. Like my song was played on the radio because of that. It's unbelievable. Yeah, every million streams Jay was talking about. Can you just chat a little about the Golden Moments drop recap, your recent video about tips? Oh, okay. Yeah, Mr. Green. Absolutely. Definitely. So do you want drop tips of what I'm doing? I'll definitely go over that for you. Confidence is key. That's a fact. Confidence is such a key in life. It really is. 1-2 giveaways in a row at the Vault's Discord. Imagine having such luck on drops. Yeah, Poon style. I hope you keep transferring that luck over into the VeVe drops. Yeah, I think, getting multiples, Jabe, is never a bad thing. Because when you have multiples like extras, when the price doubles, you can let one go, still have one. Ooh, excuse me. You can still have one that you in your collection. When you only have one of things, it's so hard because if you only have one comic book and then it 10x's or it just doubles, right? That's great, but now what? Now you're stuck. So when you have duplicates, you have multiple, you have extras. When you see that price go up, you can let one go, let a couple go, and still hold on to one. So one thing about the Golden Moments is it's going to sell out quick. It's going to sell out super quick. So I would say don't give up either, because the very first Golden Moments drop, shout out to Reslone one, like we just had him on the chat. Reslone. It was because of Reslone I stayed going for the rebounds on the first ever Disney NFT drop. Homer and Bart, and it was the skateboard. I went for the drop, missed the drop. I was like, dang, I missed the first one, sold out super quick. We all know how the drops went in the first couple drops at Disney. And Reslone was in the chat. He said he just got a rebound. keep trying, don't give up. So I was like, you know what? All right, I'm going to keep trying. I went for the rebound. Boom, and I got one. I couldn't believe it. And it was a skateboard. I was ecstatic about it. So I would say for the Disney Golden Moments, don't give up. You may not get one on the drop, but go for the rebounds. It could mean everything. So this is for the drop of the Disney Golden Moments screen. This is the screen that you want to be on. To get to the screen, very beginning, this is the home screen of the VeVe app. Boom. From the store tab at the bottom, you click the Disney Golden Moments. Now, this is where all the magic happens. This is where you can get the drop. Now, the drop's going to pop up. Of course, it's not going to focus up for me now. But the drop's going to pop up above the notify me and below this details box. I don't like to hit this details box because I feel like once you bring this down and you go for the drop, it's going to mess and move where the buy now button pops up. So I leave that as it is. And now, like I said, it's going to pop up right in between the two. See this black line? Right on that black line where my finger is, that's where the buy now is going to pop up. So people like to just spam it, keep clicking here and go for it that way with like 10 seconds left. You could do that. For me, I feel like I'm going to click the drop down box, and I just don't have confidence that way. So for me, I'm not going to do it that way. But if you do it that way, by all means, you can definitely just keep spamming away. And that's one way to do it like that. I like to try to time it a little bit better. I like to just stay in rhythm of the countdown. So we're going to imagine there's 0 hours, 0 minutes left, and we just have the 49 seconds up at the screen. And so I call this rhythm gate. I call it the timing technique. And the reason is because you have to predict when 1 second after 0 is going to be. I don't like to see the buy now button pop up and react to it because I feel like I'm going to be too slow. So like I said, I try to time it. I'm like a quarterback doing a timing route to a wide receiver. If a wide receiver has 3 steps up and then he slants, I'm probably going to throw to that wide receiver right before he takes that 3rd step and slants, just so I can time it perfectly. So for this, I'm going to start counting down when there's about 10 seconds left. We got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Click. I felt like I would be like perfect time right there. And again, if you time it too early, you'd probably do what I did today. You know, you won't have a shot at it. You'll be too early and you'll just strike out. That's the downside of trying to time it. Because then if you time it and you're too early, there's going to be a little bit of lag and then you have to click again. It'll probably be too late. And if you're too late timing it, you obviously will be out of luck as well. So timing really requires perfect precision timing. But if you guys feel confident, you know, if you have good hand-eye coordination, you feel like you can try to land it that way. For me, that works the best. I'm not saying it's going to work the best for you, but, you know, that's just the way I do it. So hopefully kind of going over that kind of prepares you for later today. And I will be live streaming the drop later today too. So I'll definitely go over multiple times as well. Hey, Getsy, appreciate you for tuning in today. I'll definitely catch you later. Wow, 3-digit comics for $13, $15. Great job, Punch. Absolutely. Now, again, if this comic's not the most valuable in the world, it's okay, because for $13, $15, I do believe that the floor will be above $15. And for the fact that you're able to snipe 3 digits for that cheap, shout out to you, Punch. You're like a sniper. I've always stayed on the buy page for 8 minutes trying to get the first 2 rebounds, but maybe I'm confused on how the rebound system works. So, good question, Mr. Green. So, like we're gonna go over right now. The drop happens. Say there's 0 minutes, 0 hours, and 10 seconds left for the drop. We'll just go over a hypothetical situation right now. We got 5 seconds to the drop. Obviously not in reality. 2, 1, 0. Click. Boom. All right. So say if I didn't get it, all allocations been reserved or already been given out. Stay on the screen right now. If you back out at any point, you back out, check whatever, come back in, I think you just ruined your chances essentially. You can still get it, but it's highly unlikely at that point. So it's important to where you said you have stayed on this page. Maybe you've clicked a tab down here by accident. Maybe you clicked something else, and don't click anything else. Just stay right on this page. And like I said, if all allocations been given out, you didn't get the drop, the buy now button should still stay in, like clickable, I should say, enabled. It's only when you back out and you come back in, that's a bad one. If you say you back out here and you try to come back in, only then is when the buy now button will be like grayed out and unclickable. There is sometimes, unfortunately, where if you don't back out and you stay on the screen, you still will get that. It happens. But majority of the time, if you stay on the screen, the buy now button will be clickable. And then every 4 minutes, all the way up until the marketplace opens even, stay on that screen. And I'm pretty sure people are saying it's 3 minutes and 59 seconds. And that's when that's when you're able to get the rebound. So I probably would bring up another clock, like on your desktop or wherever the case may be, and look at a world clock, and that 3 minutes and 59 seconds, right before that 4 minutes, boom, I would keep trying to spam it and go for that rebound. Good job, Punch. Reslone says, Johnny, I am drawing a PFP collection for someone with more than 500,000 followers, and you're one of them. Once this project's pop, they might recognize my art. Let's go, my man. Shout out to Reslone. That's amazing right there. We may have to collab soon too, my man. I could definitely see a Reslone, Johnny Dunn PFP collection collab coming soon. Definitely stay tuned to Reslone. I think it's Reslone1 on Twitter. Make sure you guys go check him out. Whoever is a visual artist, contact me ASAP. I'm going to go over the prices real quick one last time of this comic. So the common's going for $11, $13. We have 390 available. The uncommon, 157 available, $18. $45 is the floor for the rare, 86 available. Ultra rare, 36 available, going for 106 is the floor. 28 secret rares going for $399 is the floor price. Jabe, are you going to do a giveaway today, JD? I will be doing a giveaway, but not this stream. I will be saving it for the Disney Golden Moments drop. I want that to be like a big live stream, a big drop. And I know not as many people join the evening live stream, so another way to get more people on the lives as well. I'm going to save the giveaway for the Disney Golden Moments drop. What's going on, Dark Stone? Thoughts on the Super Bowl, Mr. 3 Green? Awesome Super Bowl. One thing that I did say is I had a prediction. That I saw the score. Like, I just saw what the score would be. So a couple nights ago, I predicted the score would be 24-21 Rams win. You guys can see when I made the prediction, February 12th at, doesn't even matter the time. The Super Bowl happened after the February 12th, but 1:36 p.m. And the final score was so close. The final score was 23-20. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. You can't see it. It's not focused up. So I said 24-21 Rams would win. The Rams won 23-20. And the Rams missed a field goal too. So it was like, wow, I was literally just 1 point off if they just hit the extra point. It would have been 24-20. Can you imagine that? Like, unbelievable. An amazing halftime show. This is probably my favorite halftime show I've ever seen in a Super Bowl. Unbelievable. I mean, I love hip-hop, obviously rap, hip-hop, the 90s. Unbelievable year. I mean, 50 Cent in the club. Like, come on. We had Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg. Unbelievable performance. Mary J. Blige. We had Eminem, Lose Yourself. Like, that was one of my favorite Super Bowls. What's going on? What's going on with the market? Oh, a 350 sell wall. Let's see. I don't see a 1350 sell wall. I don't see any even going for 1350. Can you use your predictions to manifest me a golden moment? Got to go. Bye. Appreciate you, Reslam, big time for tuning in today. Oh, Punch said he bought him up. No wonder why there's no 1350 sell wall anymore. Yeah, Kelvin, I didn't get to see that. So Punch bought them all up, so I didn't get to see it. But yeah, I feel like a lot of people are putting the price pretty low. But I mean, that's how it goes when we have a big drop, dropping soon. So I will be live streaming that one in a little bit, a couple hours, guys. 2 p.m. Eastern time is when I'll start the live stream. 3 p.m. Eastern time is when the drop happens. So make sure we don't miss that one. This drop coming up, Golden Moments, you do not want to miss. Bless in the chat. Hopefully we do better on the Golden Moments than we did on this comic drop today. I hope everybody was able to practice a little bit for the drops coming up, because that's kind of what this one was. Just a little practice, get the timing down. Like I said, last drop I was a little late. Today I was a little early. I thought I was going to be a little early because I did not want to be late on this one. Just had get the setting calibrated a little bit in my head. But I'm feeling good now, feeling on point. Hopefully I can continue to get these drops. Hopefully the energy is contagious. You all do well today. I'm going to be signing out. We will have a giveaway for the next drop. Appreciate you guys for all the support, all the likes, subscribes. Shout out to anybody who bought the Gary V NFT from Pineapple Gang and VeVe Vault. Emoji was on there as well. Shout out to Emoji from the community. Make sure you guys are following them on Twitter. But, appreciate you guys once again. I'm going to be signing out. It's your boy,
Johnny Dunn, we out, fam.